here we have the two terms to the title. First one is the polyphase, second one is decomposition. So from the second term, the thing is very clear that a kind of decomposition is there. And if you focus your attention onto the first term, polyphase, poly means multi. So multiple number of phases are there to carry out the decomposition. So this is what the simple idea we are getting from the title. Now let us see if we have the polyphase structure for the usual finite impulse response FIR filters. Those were developed for the efficient implementation of the sampling rate converters. However, they can be used into the other applications here. So now the polyphase structure is based on to the fact that any system function can be split into the polyphases here, the multiple phases here, the multiple phases or the polyphase for the decomposition purpose. Here we show with the help of the mathematical expression. So the filter function in the Z domain, it is represented as h of z. Here you see, and h of z is now split up. So it has the terms as h of 0 further added to h of m into z to the power minus m, further added to h of 1 into z inverse, added to h of m plus 1 into z to the power minus of m plus 1. So this way to the last stage, here we have h of m minus 1 into z to the power minus of capital M minus 1, added to h of twice m minus 1 into z to the power minus of twice m minus 1. So here we know h of z is the filter function, transfer function here, whereas capital M, so capital M is the net decimation factor here, decimation factor. So it will be the integer value in general here. Now if we have the next factor out of the term z to the power minus of small I minus 1 at the ith row in the structure that we have shown for the filter function here. So we obtain the filter function to the form, here we have, so right from the opening square bracket to the closing square bracket, here we have to go for. So the first stage, here it is bracketed here, the second stage, here it is bracketed. So this is in general, and this is the last one here. So here we have h of 0 added to h of m into z to the power minus m. So this is the first one here. This is added to z inverse multiplied to, z inverse will be a common in multiplication to all the terms inside the square bracket, where we have initially h of 1 added to, we have h of m plus 1 into z to the power minus m. So this way we go for z to the power minus of m minus 1 multiplied to the square bracket, where we have h of m minus 1 further added to h of twice m minus 1 in multiplication to z to the power minus m here. So now this equation, so out of the two equations, this is the last equation, and it can be compactly expressed. So oppose onto the left hand side, it will be h of z here, and on the right hand side we make the use of summation sign here. So here it will be the summation for the index variable I is equal to 0 extending up to capital M minus 1, and this summation will be carried out onto the multiplication of z to the power minus I with that of p suffix I of z to the power capital M. So here p suffix I of z is equal to the summation small n is equal to minus infinity to infinity carried on to the h of in the bracket n into capital M plus I into z to the power minus n here. Now next to this, the representation, as you see the nomenclature is there, this is called as the M component polyphase decomposition, and the second equation that you have seen, that is capital P suffix I of z, the polyphase components of h of z here. So here each subsequence is obtained by downsampling or decimating a delayed, which is a phase shifted version of the original impulse response here. So here we show p suffix I of n, that is equal to h of n into capital M added to small I, where small I can be any value right from 0, 1, 2 and so on up to capital M minus 1 here. So capital M is the decimation integer factor here. So for example, if we select capital M decimation factor to be equal to 3 here, so that time the Z transformation of the output sequence we can express by the equation like this here. So here we have in general the output sequence into the Z domain denoted by capital Y of Z here, obtained by the filter function h of z operated over the input sequence, discrete time sequence x of z here. So further we denote it as p suffix 0 of z cube multiplied by capital X of z, further added by z inverse into capital P1 of z cube into x of z, further added by z to the power minus 2 multiplied to P2 of z cube into x of z. So this also we can express to the form p suffix 0 of z cube into x of z, further added by z inverse taken as common outside the bracket. Inside we have p1 of z cube into capital X of z added to z inverse. In the bracket we have p2 of z cube into x of z here. Now for this m is equal to 3 case, here we have the simple illustration to show you the polyphase decomposition. So here we have the 3 phases for the decomposition. Here we see the block schematic form for the same. So initially here we have x of n, so this is into the time domain representation, discrete form here, not into the z here, whereas the output here it is y of n here. So input and output here we have, here it is the polyphase decomposition of the filter function here. So here we have m is equal to 3, so 3 stages, 1, 2 and 3. So we have the function denoted by p suffix 0 of z cube, p1 of z cube, p2 of z cube here. Here are the delays z inverse, z inverse. So for the 3 phases we have 2 times the delays z inverse, and the use of summations here. Now the transpose polyphase filter structure for the same example of the decimation factor m is equal to 3 can also be given, shifting the delays to the other side here. So it will carry out the transpose here. So here we visualize, you see x of n and y of n are obviously at the same stage here, and here first of all we have the functions denoted p suffix 0 of z cube, p suffix 1 of z cube, p suffix 2 of z cube. Then further with the help of the delays z inverse added to the summation operations here. So this is what the transpose polyphase filter structure. Now we know the equivalent downsampling systems into the 2 ways. So I just provide you the visualization of the equivalent systems here. Here you see inputs x of n are there on the left hand side, whereas the output is y of m here. So in the first system, first type of the system, the decimation factor, here it is first of all been used here, and after the decimation is carried out, here it is the filter function h of z here. The intermediate stage of the discrete time sequence is denoted by v1 of m here, whereas its equivalent can be given where x of n is given to the filter function denoted by h of z to the power capital D. So instead of capital M, some textbooks are also referring the decimation factor to be capital D. So capital D and capital M are the same here, and after the filter function we get the intermediate stage of the signal to be processed, that it is V2 of n, and then it is decimated with the integer factor denoted by capital D here. So now the implementation of such a decimation system using the polyphase structure, the first implementation we have seen before the use of the first noble identity, and then after the use of the first noble identity, that we shall see the comparison here. So here we have the implementation of a decimation system using a polyphase structure before the use of the first noble identity. So as it is the first case, we have x of n fed as input, we have the straight path to p0 of z cube here, then we have the decimation by factor 3 and further added to this summer here. Then through the delay we have p1 of z cube, further a decimator added to the summation, and further it is finally contributing to the output here. Whereas again we have a delay, then fed to p2 of z cube here, and through the decimation of the factor 3 here, through the summations it is contributing to the output discrete time sequence denoted by y of m here. So this was the case polyphase structure before the use of the first noble identity. Now the polyphase structure after the use of the first noble identity can be visualized. Here we have the structure, so x of n is here, then y of m is the expected output. So the straight input is provided to first of all the decimation with the phase decimation factor here 3, and then the use of the function p sub 0 of z here. Then we have the delay to the second stage by z inverse, then the decimation by factor 3, the use of p1 of z here, and then the summation. Now again we have a delay, then the decimation by factor 3, p2 of z, and then added to the summation here. Now in general, the decimation using a polyphase filter structure and a commutator here we can have, and the generalized representation in block schematic form can be like this. Here we show the commutator. The commutator rate is denoted by capital F suffix x here. So here it is also denoted, and the input is x of n here, and these are the polyphase functions p0 of z, p1 of z, in general up to p suffix d minus 1 of z here, and these are the summations. And finally here we have, instead of fx the original commutator rate, we have fy, that it is fx divided by the decimation factor denoted by capital D, and the final output signal will be y of m here. Now as the cases we have discussed with respect to the decimation here, we have the two equivalent upsampling systems also, upsampling or interpolation, whatever you call. So of course the input is denoted by x of n in both the implementations, and the expected output is denoted by y of m here. So here we have first of all the filter function denoted h of z, the intermediate stage of the discrete time signal v1 of n, and followed by the interpolation or the upsampling by the factor, integer factor denoted by capital I. In the second type of the implementation, which is equivalent to the earlier one, first of all we have the upsampling by I factor. The intermediate stage of the signal is v2 of m. Then we have the use of the filter function h of z to the power capital I here. Now again we are comparing the implementation of the interpolation system using a polyphase structure before and after the use of second noble identity here. So here we have the first case where we have x of n first of all fed to the upsampler, then the function p0 of z cube, then the summation here. Here we have gone to the interpolation, then P1 of Z cube gone to the summation, and through a delay Z inverse it is contributing to the output Y of M here. And this is the last stage. We have for the interpolation by the factor 3 going through the function P2 of Z cube here, and then further going through the delay, and then further summation and further delay, contributing to the output discrete time sequence Y of M here. So this is the polyphase structure before the use of the second noble identity. After the use of the second noble identity, here we have the change is as xn is fed to, instead of the interpolation, the function P0 of Z, then the interpolation 3, and finally to the summation here. This branch is going to the filter function P1 of Z, then the interpolation for the upsampling by the factor 3, and through the delay to the summation. The last branch through P2 of Z, interpolation by factor 3, then the delay Z inverse, and further through the another delay, contributing to the output Y of M here. So now, as like the decimation case we have shown with the help of the commutator for the polyphase filter structure here, same we can have here for the interpolation process here. So here we have interpolation using the polyphase filter and a commutator here. So the polyphase filter structure we can see in terms of the poly or the multiphases P0 of Z, P1 of Z, P suffix I minus 1 of Z here. The commutator here it is shown, and the commutator rate is I multiplied to Fx here. So finally Fy is equal to I multiplied by Fx for the output discrete time sequence denoted by Y of M, whereas the input it was X of N at the rate Fx here. So this was our topic, polyphase decomposition.